I'm jumping on this live today because I had recently posted a video I had did. Excuse the face. I just woke up maybe like hour and a half ago. This is Sunday too, so I recently posted a video on my addiction to drinking. Right, I posted it on Facebook. I got a good response. A lot of people was responding back. A lot of people was hitting me on it. So I decided to jump on live today and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are ashamed. A lot of people, just want answers. And sometimes when it's somebody close or somebody you around, it kind of brings in a level of comfort to know that, damn, it's not just me feeling like this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could ask some questions. And anybody who knows me or who was around me for real know how bad I was. It was bad. It was bad. I'm not ashamed. I was ashamed before, but, I lost a lot of friends, relationships with my family, you know what I'm saying, that I probably won't get back. I was on the verge of losing good friends too, you know what I'm saying? And, I turned it around. I had to, man. It was like, I was in a bad space, man. I knew it for a lot of years. So when you in that realm, right? When you in that, I'm talking drinking. I never did any other drugs. I never did any hard drug or never. But addiction is addiction. Is easy to justify, and a lot of times when you have that addiction, you don't know you have that addiction. You don't know. You start to make excuses for it. You make excuses in the sense, I could stop whenever I want. You're in denial. You don't know it, and when people try to tell you about yourself, you get offended. You know what I'm saying? Part of Ray, what's good, my brother? Part of solving a problem, my brother, Vern, what's up, baby? There you go. I was gonna say that. Part of solving a problem is knowing you have the problem, right? If you got a problem and you know you got a problem, you already halfway through solving it. Because now you know you have a problem. Now it's getting to the bottom. And like my boy just said, growth is holding yourself accountable. Growth is having accountability. You got to have accountability. When you're wrong, you're wrong. You understand what I'm saying? And it's okay to be wrong. It's okay. It's okay to, remember, addiction is a disease. It's not something we want to do. We don't want to drink. People don't choose to do drugs. People don't go choose to get high. It's a disease. It's something that you fall under and your body starts to yearn for. You understand what I'm saying? I started to feel like I couldn't be myself if I didn't have a drink. I couldn't I couldn't do a show if I didn't have a shot. I couldn't go in the studio without drinking. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens with that is the comfort sets in and then you start to get messy. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to say that drinking is bad. Because there's people out there that can have 2-3 drinks and be good. There's people that get drunk and be good. It's the constant use. The habitual use of it. The making it a routine. And there's people out there that can't go nowhere without having a bottle in their hand. They can't go nowhere without a sip. And you know how you know there's a problem? When you start to affect family, you start to affect friends, you start to affect yourself. You know what I'm saying? It starts to hinder you from everyday living. You're not going to work. You're missing this, you're missing that, you're getting up late, you can't make it to this, you can't. So, there's a lot of people like that out there, and you try to talk to them, and, sometimes it's not our place to talk to people. That's why I do these videos. I do these videos and I hope that it reaches somebody's ears even better somebody's heart. You know what I'm saying? When I was drinking, man, it slowed me down a lot in life. It slowed me down a lot. It sounds like a train is passing, and that's just wind. It slowed me down a lot in life, man, and I feel like I could have been a lot further. But I also don't blame nothing on that. I don't, it had to happen for me to be where I am today. You understand what I'm saying? Um, it sucks though, man, because you start to see your friends deteriorate. You know what I'm saying? You start to see them get depleted. They get consumed by their environment. They get consumed by the friends, the company they keep. Um, it sucks, man. It sucks. You know what I'm saying? And how do you help somebody like that? Everything is on approach. If you got a family member, if you got a friend, a significant other, you try to bring it to their attention, and in hopes that it won't turn into an argument and won't turn into all-out brouhaha. It's tough, man. Addiction is a bad thing, man, because you want to help the person, and they want to help, but they just can't get there. Sometimes people can't get there. So what I did was, and no, I don't go to church. I don't crack a Bible. Do I believe in God? Yes, I do. I do believe in God. I don't think I would have gotten this far in my life without God, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? And this is not a church sermon, don't get it twisted. But when you face something face to face, you got no choice but to share it. I've cried in front of that mirror. I was in front of that mirror. I woke up every weekend after a binge. I would cry. I would cry and just be like, damn, like this is, I don't know. Maybe put it in the comment section by the time y'all get to see this video. A lot of people ain't in the live right now, but by the time y'all get to see this video, how many of y'all ever drank and the next day you feel depressed? You feel down. You want to just cover the world with your hand. How many people feel that way? How many times you felt that way? Put it in the comments. Or just in the comment section, share with me your experience of a hangover. Your worst experience. What did you feel? What was the worst night drinking? Let's put it that way. What was your worst night? You ever went out, you feel guilt, right? I felt that too. You feel guilt. I used to feel guilt. I used to feel depression. I used to just cry for no reason. Well, that's the reason. But I used to just be under the covers, isolated from the world, not answering no calls, no nothing. And I used to just ask myself, why does it have to be like this? Why am I shunning the world away? So yeah, man, I cried in front of that mirror, man. I cried and I wanted to stop. I wanted to. And I knew that I had to because I didn't know what the stop button was. I didn't know what the brakes were. You understand what I'm saying? Jessica, I love you. My cousin Jay. Man, and my cousin Jessica, she's in the room right now. She's one of my closest family members, man. You know what I'm saying? And things got a little rocky with us for a second because of my behavior, man. I don't blame her. I never did. I never will blame anybody for who wants to be around that, Who wants to be around that obnoxious person who can't control himself, especially when we're grown. You understand what I'm saying? We wasn't in our teens, man. We were adults, And I'm just so happy that I am where I am today, and I get to still have my cousin in my life and still be cool with her and joke and laugh and make new memories with her. You understand what I'm saying? And that's only possible because she's forgiving. She found it in her heart to forgive me, and we move on. You know what I'm saying? But, before anybody gets into any more damage, man, if you want to stop, there's little things you can do within, with yourself. That's a fact. At a certain age, you know better. You know what I'm saying? But when you under that cloud, under that high, under that, It's really uncontrollable. You know what I'm saying? Prayer above everything. Prayer above anything. That's a fact. You know, there's certain things you could do. Let's start with the circle you keep. Because we all hang out with the people that do the same thing we do. Minnesota in the building, what's going on? Much love. Stay safe out there, man. I know it's not very safe, and I don't know what part of Mini you in, but just be careful out there, man. My prayers to the whole Minneapolis, Minnesota, everywhere. Let's start, with the circle, man. Cut the circle off. Cut the circle off. Just cut them off, man. You don't need them. Missouri in the building. Much love to Missouri. Yeah, let's St. Paul, 15 minutes away from Minneapolis. Okay. I know it's cold in Minnesota too, man. I get a lot of snow out there. So, want to stop doing what you're doing? Let's trim the fat. Let's start changing behavior. Let me tell you what was my breaking point. I went out one night. Shouts to my boy Gran Figura. And it bothers me because when I see the pictures from that day still, I get like an eerie feeling in my stomach. We went out. I got so twisted. I got so drunk, right? And thank you, Liz. I appreciate it. I got so drunk, and we almost got into a situation, a discrepancy with these guys. And it's crazy because I like the guys. Is Cali? Thank you. My homie Cali. We almost got into a situation. I like the guys, you know what I'm saying? I think I was just too overly aggressive, and they were like, yo, they grabbed my man Figura, like, yo, who's your man? They was about to do us filthy. But Figura got me out of there. He couldn't even bring me home. Like, it was a mess. It was a mess. So, I don't know what time I got home. I ended up losing everything. I lost my AirPods. I lost my North Face pouch. I had things in there. I lost everything, whatever. I remember the next day, I get up. It was Sunday morning. Like, I got up in the afternoon. I grab a beer. I go right back outside to drinking again. Excuse me. As I'm sitting out there, I said, this is not what I want to do. I said, this is not what I want to do. So what I did was, that was a Sunday. I remember that Tuesday. This was 2022, August 2022. I remember writing, I took my phone and I put it in the notes. And I said, I just put done drinking. Some of y'all might have seen it because every year I take that screenshot and I repost it. And I try my best not to write on it because it has the date and time that I wrote it in 2022. So as long as you don't write anything updated, it won't update. So I screenshot and I put that in my phone as a reminder. I set a goal for myself. I said, listen, Detroit, what up? I'm not doing this no more. I said, it's up right here. It's over. Hell no. 369 push-ups, you crazy? I wish. Does it look like I could do 369 push-ups? Let me find out. I'm going to start lying, yo. Yeah, I could do 200. Nah, I think. I hit rock bottom with myself before I decided to change my mindset as well. I just got tired of the cycles I was repeating, and I just started to shift the energy into positivity. My brother, I didn't even know that was you, bro. Listen, and shouts to my guy, man, my nigga Greg, Kings and Gents, man. Make sure y'all go check out his merch. I should go get one of his hats now. We all in the same hood. We all in the same environment. You know what I'm saying? We all come from the ghetto. We all come from the hood. You know what I'm saying? And the problem with the hood is that it makes that type of behavior seem okay. It makes it normal. Going to get a bottle on a Friday is normal. We used to walk by each other Going to the liquor store. Yo, where y'all going? Oh, what you got there? I'm gonna see you up the block. All right. 200 push-ups. No, I can't do 200. So you know, that's what the hood does. The hood is so bad that it's like almost saying, yeah, this is normal. It's normal. How many people we know went down the dark hole of liquor, of drinking? I'm just focusing on drinking because that's what I did. I can't do it. I never did any. I can't speak on anything else because I don't know what that is. You know what I'm saying? I just know what addiction is. So ride with me if you on something else and you can relate, because addiction is addiction again. Detroit, take care, man. Thank you for popping in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the hood, man. So my man just said, yeah, so when you change it, everyone will see you different, and that's when the crabs in the barrel effect starts to take place. But it's not about them. It starts and it ends with you. So a lot of people don't like to see you strong, they don't like to see you healthy, because they have more control of you when you're weak. When you're weak and you're down and you're doing bad, you know, when you're in the same level as them, you know, they feel good. Sometimes your success reminds people how bad they're doing. Remember that. Remember that. So, you know, how about when you used to call me 5, 6 in the morning, or Jay, meet me at the diner, and you used to meet me there? Yeah, man. You know, let me tell you something, man. I'm not ashamed of a lot of, you know, I'm not ashamed of anything I did, because a lot of good things came out of my wild journey. You understand what I'm saying? It's just that I don't need to be under the influence to have those good memories. Neither do you. You don't have to be drunk to go to a club and have a crazy night. You don't. You don't even need the club to have a wild, crazy night. It's about what you make it. The moment is what you make it. And all those calls, if I had 5 cents for everybody I called at 5, 6 in the morning, I will be in the Forbes top 10 richest dudes in the world. You recognize your situation and disconnect from it. When you only realize a pissy elevator when you get into a clinic. Yeah, man. And, you know, I moved out of the projects. I moved out of the projects in July, speaking of pissy elevators, right? And your brain is the strongest muscle in your body. If you treat it well, it will treat you well. So when you start to see good, you start to do good. Detroit, I appreciate you, brother. And anytime you want to chat, it don't even got to be on this. I'm open to questions, whatever, conversations. You want to vent? I got 2 ears I could use. But I appreciate you. And you got to give yourself better so you can see better. A lot of people don't. It's like when I used to. Anybody who know me know I love Miami. Right? You control your brain. Your brain doesn't control you. That's what's up. Jay, you spoke facts. But anybody who know me know I love Miami, right? So coming from the Bronx, Miami was paradise. Some people never got there. Some people don't know what that is. Some people only know Miami because of what I tell them, you know? And I don't want that. I even offered to pay some of my friends flights. Let's go to Miami. Bring your spending money. I'm going to pay for the flight and the rooms. Just get your spending money, right? They couldn't even save $200. They couldn't save it because, number one, there's no ambition to go, damn, you know what? Let me take them up on that. Let me go to Miami. You know, sometimes you need somebody to take you and show you, pick you up and show you the window so you can see outside, you can see what's out there. So you can then say, I want to go out there. I want to see what let me explore that, you know what I mean? But some people are comfortable doing bad. And that's the scary part of everything. When you're comfortable doing bad, it's the scary thing. I got rice on. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. And you know, I got a friend of mine, man, who was my closest friend. And you know, when we was drinking, I don't want to say his name or none of that. He see this, he probably gonna know. We had a conversation on New Year's Eve, and I told him, yo, bro, what do you plan on doing? I went to my old stomping grounds, and I asked him, you know, like, what do you plan on doing, bro? Like, this is gonna be it? This is where you gonna die at in the projects right here? Like, what do you know, you got a son, a young boy, 10 years old, going on 11, I think. Like, what do we, and he was just like, yeah, he said he want, you know, and I hear the sincerity in his voice. He wants to stop. He wants to stop. He wants to do better. And I told him, bro, you can start by moving. Get out of here. Get out of here, because when you don't have anyone to do bad with, it's a start to do good for yourself. A lot of people got to factor that in, you know what I mean? A lot of people just don't have a way out, man. I got a lot of people in my inbox right now like, yo, bro, I want to stop drinking. I'm going to start this day. I'm going to start that day. I'm like, you start when you're ready, man. And, you know, it ain't no rush. Shouts to my man. I want to shout out my man, Seco, man. I wish he was here with me right now, bro. Seco, and I'm saying his name, man, because he wants to tell his story. And I'm going to bring him up on my live one day. I'm going to sit him right on his couch and we're going to talk. Excuse me. Seco is, got to reverse the cycle, man. Seco used to get high, man. Seco used to get high. You name it, dog food, you know, hard, you know, all the people that don't know, crack, you know, heroin. He was getting high, man. He was getting high, and he wanted to check out. I really don't want to say a story because, you know, I wanted him to articulate that, but I'm happy to say that my boy's been clean 3 years. 3 years, he looked good. If you see him, you probably won't even notice he used to get high. That's how up the par and good he looked. His weight is up, skin look good, and it just shows you, man. God is gonna give you that chance if you really want it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of him, man. He went through. I watched him pace around on a roof in a project, ready to jump off. I watched him. Hey, mate. Appreciate you, Amy, for tapping in. I watched my boy ready to throw his life away, literally, off a ledge on a roof, man. And I went up there and I'm like, yo, Seco, what's up, man? And he's crying, he's angry. He's like, yo, just leave me alone. And I'm like, yo, Seco, you know, I'm trying to talk him down until he convinced me he was okay. And as much as it hurt me to walk away without him, you know, off that roof, I left it in God's hands. I said, God, please don't let me witness this guy 4, 7 stories down, man. You know? And yeah. Hey, yo, my brother, you know we come from the same energy, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I can relate all too well. I already know what it is, man. I know what it is. But you know, I left it in God's hands, man, and Seco was good, man. He turned out to be okay. I'm definitely gonna bring him up here because this story inspires me to this day. You know what I'm saying? He's been sober just as long as me, 3 years. I'm going on 4 this year in August. And you know, man, and I watch people with the same problem I had, man, and it hurts. That shit bothers me, man. I don't use the words crackheads. I don't use the words dope fiends. I don't like to use those words because those are people. Those are people, man, with a problem, you know, and they could be helped. That's somebody's father. That's somebody's mother. That's somebody's sister, brother, you know. But I watch people, man, tear their lives away weekend after weekend, you know, and you try to talk to them, they try to justify it. Nah, I'm good. I do this, I do that. I'm all right. I can stop whenever I want to. Yeah, but the fact is, that's the dumbest thing you could say. I can stop whenever I want to. Because if you can stop whenever you want to, why don't you want to? Why do you continue? Why do you want to keep continuing to do damage to people? It makes no sense. And I used to be one of those guys. Stop whenever I want, man. You crazy. I wasn't an emotional drinker. I was a binge drinker. I have an addictive personality. So if I get something and I like it, I'm going to abuse it. Whether it's food, music, I'll run the same song 100 times before I change the song. I'll run the same movie. I'll start showing everybody that movie. Like they can't see it on their own. You know what I'm saying? But and this is why I do music. I got addicted to that. And now no matter where I end up, I'm gonna always say I had a great journey. The journey is always better than the actual goal. The people you meet are some of the greatest people, man. Like my homegirl Amy. I don't know if she's still in here, but I met Amy a year ago, a little over a year ago. And she's a jewel. She's a jewel. She's one of the dopest people I ever met. My father, man. She's one of the dopest people I ever met, man. And I thank her big time for contributing to what I do. And she don't have to. She's been in the business 35 years. She's seen it all, did it all. But you know, God is going to compensate you, man, when you start to do better, you know? So people ask me, how do you stay sober? I had an old supervisor of mine call me one time. She called me, I was in a club, ironically. And I'm sitting there and she's crying. So I step out, I'm like, Nicole, what's going on? She goes, how did you stop, bro? Like, I want to stop. I said, we're going to have to talk about this another time, because there's nothing I could say here. Go to CVS, take this, you're good. You got to want to stop. You got to want to stop. You got to want this. And if you want it, good. Now, let's make those adjustments. Let's start hanging with these people. Stop buying liquor. Like, you know, I did this with no program. I didn't go to AA. I didn't do anything. I did this cold turkey. I got up. Every bottle I had in my crib, I went downstairs and gave away. Here, Hennessy White. Here, Henny. Here. I said, I'm done. Everybody was laughing. Nah, nobody believed me. My 40th birthday came. My sister said, yo, you're not taking a shot? It's your 40th. I said, nope. That's it. And the devil will play. I went out to Miami for my B-Day that year, for my 40th. I opened the cupboard, bang, liquor everywhere. Tito's here. But I was like, the old TDI? But I was strong. Think about how bad you feel. Think about how bad you feel every time you take that sip. Or when you're thinking about taking that sip, when you're thinking about buying that bottle of Hennessy or Don Julio, think about how bad you feel the next day and ask yourself, do you want to go through that? I used to ask myself that all the time. Dad, do I want to go through this hangover again? Do I want to go through this again, man? Do I want to feel like this? Do I want to be down 2 days? Do I want to call out of work in 2 days from now because I know I'm not going to get up? Then you start to realize how good it feels to be sober, how good it feels to have your appetite. When food don't taste nasty. When people start to look for you again. When you start to be the good guy in the room all over again. You know what I'm saying? That feels good. And why would you want to go back? Why would you want to go back to, being in that nasty place, man? Liquor is a dangerous thing because it damages the brain and it changes your thoughts. It change is good, bro. Yes, it is. Change is great. It's also a journey as well, but you want it. You go through the process. Yeah. You're gonna. I tell people, man, it gets better. It gets better. It gets better. Like this is, it's gonna be tough. Change is not always easy. Excuse me. Change is rough, but it gets better. It gets better. I go to clubs all the time now. I go to bars. I go to lounges, man. My brother Coleon called me. Let's go down there. Go to Harlem. Let's go to the Row. We in there. Love the vibe in there. Shouts to the Row. The vibe in there is amazing. Everybody's out there. We laughing, we joking, we vibing, we building. Do I get the urge? Nope. No urges. And that's God honest truth. In the beginning, I had urges for certain liquors. Certain liquors, especially in the summer. I miss that red Alizé. Ooh, with the ice in it. Or that rosé, Moet rosé. I was in the studio the other day. My man Picante had a bottle of Moet. Little one. And he was taking his time. I said, my nigga, the old me would have drank that shit with a straw, man. But he offered me something. My man Paulito was like, nah, TD, I don't drink no more. Legends. That's where that Alizé was at, Jay. You remember that? Me and my cousin Jay used to have that white Zinfandel, that wine. She put me onto that. Put me on a white Zinfandel. That white Zinfandel was busted. But yeah, man. I hope I touched on everything, man. How I stay sober. I just remind myself how good I'm doing. How good I'm doing. The progress I've made. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to stop being friends with people. You just got to stop hanging with them. You just got to stop doing it the everyday thing. My brother Greg, you know I love you, bro. 123 days, B. We gotta have a reunion, so I'm gonna put together a reunion, bro. Right in his crib. Get a couple of the guys from 123 to come by here. It's a small little crib, but y'all niggas gonna fit. But yeah, I remind myself, man, how good I'm doing, and you know the good people I lost. You know, in the process of being in that bad space, you know what I'm saying? Like my man just said, you can love people from a distance. That's what I do. I got love for all my people. In Soundview, I got love for everybody. Bronx there, everybody I used to, you know, drink with and have those fun nights with. You know, but let's normalize it not being smoke because I want to do better. I want to level up. It's not a problem. I don't have a problem. Me and you could go 4 or 5 months without speaking, 2, 3 years without speaking. There's no smoke. I know that you doing your thing, I'm doing my thing. When we link up again, we'll catch up and what you been doing? Oh, I've been doing this, and that. You know? Yeah, man, I wish I could help everybody, man. I wish I could. I really wish I could help everybody, but just listen to this. I was bad, man. I was bad. Bad. The worst words was, remember what you did yesterday? Oof. Yeah, it'll be way better when we link up, bro. Yeah, you know, my brother Greg, man. Happy you doing your thing too, bro, for real. Wanda, how you doing? Happy New Year. My Yonkers homie, you. Yeah, man, you know, again, if you know anybody who got a problem with, send them this live, man. Send this to them. I could tell you how bad I was doing. I was bad, man. Bad. Getting carried home, you know, just acting erratic, man. You know, it's crazy, man. But shouts to everybody that overcame their addictions, that beat their demons. Let me tell you this one story. We was on the block. I'm not mentioning no names. Stop, drop, and roll. Remember, yo, Jay. Stop, drop, and roll, B. That's crazy. I remember Negrita was like, yo, I never see Henry like this. Oh, yeah, because I told you to drop me off at the crib. And y'all wanted to, y'all passed right by my crib. I said, yo, drop me off. Nah, we going to hang out open the door. Yo, we was on the block one day, right? And I mean, my man, it was the summer. It was baking. So I'm in the car, and I'm playing music. They in front of the building playing dominoes and stuff like that. A couple of the guys out there. What possessed me to take this man's car in the condition I was in. Pull off, almost hit. Why, you're on a one-way street? I'm on Beck Street now. Pulled off. I just remember this. I remember coming back, pulling up, and my man grabbed me and he slapped me. Blah, blah. And he's screaming, my nigga, what the fuck you doing? You crazy? You crazy? You know, the homies came, yo, chill, TDI, it's twisted. Yo, TDI, get out the car, get the keys, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just so disoriented. Next day, I had to go meet my man on Watson. He was over there. I think I seen my man Greg the next day. I was on Evergreen. I might have seen you that day. I think I seen you that day. He was across the street. I was like, yo. I went to go get my phone. So my man is like, yo, bro, you bugging. If you don't know how to drink, stop drinking, bro. He said, I had 3 hammers in the car. 3 hammers in the car. If you would have did something, you would have got stopped or something, you would have been out of here. 3 hammers. Now, I don't know what those hammers had on them. I could have crashed, killed myself. I could have ran somebody over. I could have hit another car, killed that person. It was just so, I could have got stopped. Threw on the floor, cuffed. They searched the car, find the 3 hammers. God was with me. God was on the passenger side of that car, bro. Because there's no way. I look back right now, and I'm like, something so stupid I could have ruined my whole life. That was 10 years ago. I probably would have still been locked up now. God knows what those 3 hammers were. I wasn't going to say a word. I ain't jamming nobody up. It's not what I do. But I would have had to eat that. Understand? So, just the dumb things people do when they drink, man. Nothing good comes out of drinking too much. Nothing. And that was bad. That was a bad, bad thing. I got a couple of other stories, but I don't want to get into those, man. Those is bad. With me being the aggressor. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I could have threw my whole life away with that stupid decision. Why? Because I chose to OD, drink. But I was messed up. You would think that my friends was going to drive me home, but no, I would have to make sure I soak it up and get one. Yeah, man, nobody really. And you gotta understand, man, you're lucky if you're out drinking like that and you got somebody that really cares is gonna take you home and carry you upstairs. Shout out to my boy Demo. Me and Demo will probably never be the same again. But I got real disrespectful with him one night. Real disrespectful. And you know, we spoke about it. We spoke about it numerous times. And we got to hang out after. We got to, you know, we got to be cool again, which was big for me, you know. And he was telling me, man, like, bro, you bugging. You bugging, bro. And this is a guy like that was a hood. He's like a family member to us, bro. Like, Demo was not just a friend. He's like family. Grew up with us. And you know, man, it's just, again, the stupid behaviors that come from drinking too much, man. You start to hurt the people you love and the people that care about you, you know? I was always the young guy. I was always the little guy in the hood, you know what I'm saying? So they looked at me like little Henry, you know what I'm saying? So, not the perception they want to have of me today. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with my cousin Vice, man. Me and Vice just going at it. You know what I'm saying? And then I made sure, you know, shout out to my other cousin Live Brim put it together where Vice pulled up on me, came to my hood, and we had to talk for like an hour right in front of my building. We spoke, and he told me all the bad things that happened that one night. I said, you know that sober is that's not me, right? That's why I stopped drinking, because I can't continue to be that person to you or anybody else. And he understood me, bro. And we good again today. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I could rehash those relationships and make amends with those people. Some people don't give a fuck. They like, this nigga stop drinking. I don't give a fuck. I don't fuck with that nigga. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. I earned that. They don't. You don't have to forgive me. You know what I'm saying? I understand. But I am gonna tell you to your face, I apologize and I did wrong, bro. I was out of line. And you have a choice to accept it or not. You know what I'm saying? After that, we go our separate ways. But it's okay to do bad, man, as long as you don't keep doing bad. That's it. That's all I can really say about it. That's pretty much it, man. If I left something out, let me know, man. Anything y'all want to know, y'all could let me know. Y'all could hit me. I could whatever, man. Throw it in the chat right now. You know what I'm saying? I did this because a couple of people asked me. They kept asking me questions, so I said, let me just do one whole live and knock it all out. You know what I'm saying? Answer everybody at one time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people said, yo, I ain't gonna be able to see it. It's gonna be up. I'm gonna leave it up. Niggas can watch what y'all when y'all want to, you know what I'm saying? Send it to whoever you want to send it to. You know what I'm saying? But again, shouts to everybody that's on that clean path. Shouts to everybody doing good. It's okay to have fun, you know what I'm saying? Don't let the fun have you. I hope so, Jay. I hope my words do reach somebody, man. I hope I could help somebody. I hope I could. And shouts to French Montana, because of French Montana, I watch a lot of interviews, and I saw French Montana say on Angie Martinez, I think, he said he gave up drinking. This was like 4 years ago. And I said, oh shit, French gave up drinking? And I found it like very courageous for a rapper to say that during an interview. I was like, oh, like word? Like, that's Vice. I didn't even know you was in here, cuzzy. What's up, man? Love you, bro. I found it very courageous that he said that, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, why? Nobody, it's not about being cool, you know what I'm saying? It's about being real, being truthful. So I said, okay. And hearing his story just kind of reminded me, like, damn, I'm not the only one doing bad out here. If he could change, so can I. You know what I'm saying? I'm always inspired by people doing better than me. What's a bleed out? I don't know what a bleed out is. I don't know what that is. But yeah, man, I'm just happy to be where I am today, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy I got everybody around me. I watch a lot of people go downhill with this drinking thing, man. Oh, nah, I don't. How does that even happen? Like, what causes that? Enlighten me. That's crazy. That's wild. The effects of liquor is crazy too, man. My family is plagued by that, bro. My dad was a big drinker. Let him rest in peace. I had uncles and stuff like that. It was the norm. I think weed do have its long. It has its long-term effects on people. People like to not. It's a sensitive topic. Weed is definitely is a big sensitive topic, but I will say this: it definitely has its long term effects. Because I know I watched, as a teenager, I watched some of my friends start smoking weed early, and when I hear them today, they don't sound the same. Like their brain is a little like delayed, like they can't articulate, they can't talk right, and I'll be like, "What is that? The weed?" But I think everything has its long term effects, of course. It's like I said, it's okay to do it as long as you moderate it. You know what I'm saying? But I think I think what I think personally, weed ages you. Like it does something to the aging process. It speeds up the aging. I noticed that. I see a lot of younger guys smoking. You know what I mean? And I'm not shaming nobody. I got family that smoke. I got my people that smoke. Kudos to them. But I see that they start to age rapidly, man. That shit does something to the skin. I'm not saying it's facts. I'm not saying it's a fact, but put my feet up, man. But I definitely know it has some long-term effects, man. I hear a lot of people complain about memory loss with weed. Oh, smoke too much weed, I can't remember. That shit ain't cool, my nigga. Like, one of my biggest fears is losing my memory, man, because that's where everything is, bro. All your good times, you know what I'm saying? You don't know how frustrated I get when I gotta go be somewhere at a show or something and I can't remember my song. And I'll be like, I don't smoke. I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke cigarettes. If I do hookah, it'll probably be like once or twice a year, if that. But I think everything has its long-term effects, man. And I tell people, you're gonna stop doing one thing. You're gonna stop doing one thing. Don't stop doing one thing to grab another just because you feel like it's less. I had a friend of mine who stopped smoking dust and started drinking. I don't smoke dust no more. I just drink. What you mean you just drink? You're on your way down a darker path and you're going to open doors to do something else or possibly go back to smoking dust. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we don't stop doing one thing to do the other. You know what I'm saying? Nah. It's never, there's no justification to that. There's no, oh, yeah, but this is not as bad. Of course, heroin is not as, liquor is not as bad as heroin. But to me, it is. Why? Liquor is more accessible. It's right there. It's legal. You could go get it. You could drink it. You have it in your house. You could literally kill yourself off it at free will because nobody's stopping you. So, do I think one go hand in hand with the other? Yeah. Substance abuse is substance abuse. I don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just that weed is a little more controllable. Like, you don't really hear too much craziness come off weed. You don't hear stories about niggas started fighting. Why? Nigga was smoking. You don't hear that, which is a good thing. But I think because of that, it's dangerous because you don't see the effects it has on you. You think it's okay. You think you're just coasting through something, and nothing's happening when you're killing that muscle up there. It's with everything though, man. If we're gonna talk like that, we gotta talk about how we eat. It's with everything, but that's for another day. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do another 5 more minutes on here, and I'm off this. I appreciate all of y'all for jumping in the live. I didn't think anybody was gonna jump in. I was doing this with intentions to just do it, post it, and let people come back to it. I also wanted to get into I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I'm still half asleep. counseling, being the counselor for the substance abuse. I wanted to get into that, man. I'm gonna look into it. I think I like it. I think it's a cool thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Um, there's so much I want to touch on, but I don't want to put nobody's story out there. But shouts to my guy, man. I hope he sees this. I hit him up on the DM about a month ago, maybe a little bit over that. I heard he was doing bad, with the liquor, and I spoke a little sense into him, and I told him, listen, bro, it ain't it. Take it from me, it ain't it. Yeah, Jay, trust me, I'm very happy about that too, man. I'm very, very happy about that. Um, it's a good thing. I feel good to have you back in my life. I forgot how funny you were, and I'll be like, yo, this girl's too crazy, yo. My brother, you already know, man. You got my number too. If anything, you can always hit me, man. We don't gotta speak through the net. You can FaceTime me, you do whatever, bro. You know what I mean? Um, but you do what you gotta do, man. I know it's Sunday. I'm talking a lot. That's what I like to do. I don't care. I talk a lot. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Yo, I need glasses. Word the mother, man. If you see me leaning forward, it's to see the little the damn Jay. So this year's the big 5-0. We're going to Miami. I hate Miami. I can hear you say that. If my cousin Vice is in the room, Vice, say what up. You in the room? I want to tell you something while you in here, if you can hear it. Yeah, man. Shouts to everybody, man, that I speak to on an everyday. Shouts to my brother Pancho, Jay Pancho, man. He was my. I wouldn't say. Oh, okay. Just before the. Shouts to my man Pancho, man. He was my drinking buddy, and I'm happy because he's sober. I think he got sober before me. Um, and he moved. He's out in Georgia. I miss him though. I miss him, man, because I hate the fact that we didn't get to have our bond after we both started our good journey. You know what I'm saying? Like our bond towards the latter half of him living here was drinking. It was all the fun in the world. All the fun in the world, the crazy memories, the arguments about music. Yo, put this on. Yo, you don't ever. That's one thing. When I used to drink, you couldn't put no music on. I control the music. So, but I want to give a shout out to my brother Pancho, man, Jay Pancho, for doing his thing. Um, you know, I kind of wish I could. I might have to make a visit out there. To Vice, man. I want to shout out Vice too, man, because through the thick and thin, he always stood. He always stood tall with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? He always kept it a buck. He always told me what it was. We didn't have the best relationship, but when it was good, it was great. You understand what I'm saying? And we we had a lot of good times. He'd tell you, I'm the first one to put Vice in the booth. He wasn't in the studio. I put him in the studio. Like, it was set, man. You doing this hook for me. But hopefully we could continue that. We could have more memories, man. And I just want to thank him for being understanding and hearing me out and having that empathy to say, you know what? Let me give him yet another chance. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, me and Vice, we see things very differently, but we kind of respect each other's decisions on a day to day, on life in life period. He sees things a whole lot different than I do, but and he's been he's been a lot better, man. You know what I'm saying? I tell a lot of people I'm telling this, so he don't even know this, but I'm telling people all around, like, yo, Vice is not who he used to be, man. Like the guy's he's worked on himself. He's turned out to be a better person than what he used to be. So big up to Vice, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, Shouts to my cousin Live, who makes sure I don't grab. We in the club and I got a glass of cranberry with ice in it. He gonna grab my hand and smell it. Or if you giving me a glass, he gonna tell you, yo, that better not be no liquor in there. My cousin don't drink. So, you know, shouts to him, man, for keeping me on my toes, you know what I'm saying, for looking out for my best interests. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to my cousin Blazer, who's like a big brother. He's like a big brother to me, man. And me and him went through a lot during the drinking thing. He just blocked me off internet all the time. You know what I'm saying? And he he had a lot to do with me getting straight. You know what I'm saying? And he spoke. He yelled at me a lot. He scolded me like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? And he took me under the wing, and like he always did that since young. Blazer always been like the big brother to me. He's one of the cousins that I could legit say is like my big brother. You know. Shouts to him, man. I love him beyond words. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, man. Shouts to my lady. Hold me down. She wasn't there through none of that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so glad because I don't think I'd have been with her, or she wouldn't have been with me. But I'm happy for her. I'm so grateful for her. She puts the word of God in my brain and in my heart all the time. She just reminds me, yo, you know, God is watching and keep being great. You know, keep spreading the word because trust me, you helping others. And just for her being in my corner, putting up with my crazy ass, man. I'm not perfect. I'm not the greatest, but I do mean well. You know what I'm saying? I love her. I got a good support team. I don't really got a lot of people around me. You know what I'm saying? Amy! Shouts to Amy, man. Amy, tonight, you know I'm tuned in. Shade 45. I went to go pick up Amy in a convertible. It was like 10 degrees outside. I'm so mad she didn't post that video. Um, for all y'all who don't know who Amy is, dance music diva. She manages the Jungle Brothers. The Jungle Brothers. The Jungle Brothers. Girl, I house you. I house. So, thank you, Amy, for bringing me into your world, you know, for allowing me to meet the Jungle Brothers, Bush Babies, you know what I'm saying, all the good people around you. Glenn Fisher, you know, everybody. You're the best, man. I've never met anyone like you. I don't never met nobody like you. You're super dope. So I appreciate you, man, for real. That's about it, man. I think I talked to y'all enough, man. I talk. I'm trying, Amy. I'm trying. Shout out to my brother Showcase. Oh man, I cannot end this live without talking about Showcase. Brian. Where do I start with this guy, man? Damn. My... Amy, I'm gonna call you after this because I had a talk with him, and it pertains to you. Yeah, I'm gonna do all that promo on the Instagram right after this live. Um, my brother Showcase, man. He was with me, you know, when I met him. It was around that time I was heavy on the drinking. So was he. So we became great friends off that. He's been clean 7 years, 8 maybe, 9 maybe, around there, almost at the 10-year mark. Um, Shouts to him for being my confidant, man. Like he was just, if y'all watch The Sopranos, I'm Tony Soprano, he's Silvio Dante. Like he's just that guy. And he got me to a place without him, I don't think I would have taken the certain curves in music. Because although me and him do not agree one bit when it comes to music, we have completely two different tastes, but it's who he is. He looks out for my, he's never steered me wrong. He's always looking out for my best interests. Super dope guy. He's my brother. Pancho, I was just talking about you, bro. I was just talking about you. I hope you heard it. I was just talking about you. You got to rewind this. Wow. Damn, Pancho, I was just. Thank you though, man. I'm proud of you too, man. I'm proud of you too, my brother, for real. I think we gotta do a live one day and just talk about the wild things we did. And I also want to talk about how you got right, bro. I want to do that. I want to. I love you, my brother. I'm telling you, man, good dude. But Showcase, man. Even to this day, man, he looks out. You know what I'm saying? He looks out for me a lot. You know what I'm saying? And he's always making sure everything is good and dandy on my end. If he can make it to something, he's there. If he can't, he's still there in spirit. You know what I'm saying? So I want to thank Showcase, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not gonna turn this into an emotional thing, man. I might start crying over here. Bancho, I love you, my brother, man. You gotta have to rewind this, bro. But I'm off this. I think I'm gonna hop off this now. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. Go eat some dinner. Watch some of this football. Everybody have a blessed Sunday, man. Again, thank you for tapping in. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all, share this. Somebody may want to hear this, you know what I'm saying? Somebody may need to hear this. My EP is dropping soon, end of the month I'm looking for. Music is pretty much done. Shouts to Padrino, cleaning everything up for me as we speak. And shouts to all the guys doing their thing with this music thing. Big Bronx Energy forever. You know what it is, the big kind.